Hello and what's up guys? You guys might remember the short I posted last week, and this will be the explained version. Now I will divide the parts into the top 10 and the runner-ups towers because there are a lot of good and usable towers as of now. To start things off, at number 1, we have the Brawler, which is really good since it has the reposition ability, which knock back enemies and deal damage to 20 different enemies at once, meaning it could catch leaks very easily while doing a lot of damage because it has more TDS than Accelerator at 330 TPS and at 83 cost efficiency at level max. Now this tower is not only good in late game, but he has a base cost of 600, meaning you can use him to defend since wave 1 and one-shots basically every day. This tower is really cheap to buy, at 1,250 gems, so there's no reason not to buy it. The next tower is the Mercenary Base. This tower is really good as well, because of its riot guards and damage buffs at 20%. What makes it even better is that this tower has riot guards with 2,500 health, which has more health than the railgun tank, and then you can use the airdrop ability, which can summon extra riot guards in the field, so get to level 150 ASAP. Next one is Ranger, which when combined with Commander will deal a lot of DPS at 257 DPS with its range covering the map. This tower is a must-have tower for everyone, and it was never a bad tower since the release of the tower. Overall, S tier. The next tower is the Command, which basically boosts fire rate in its range by 10% up to 50% at max level, plus Call to Arms ability. This tower is basically used in every strategy, and it is also a must-have tower. Up next we have the Gatling Gun, which costs a whopping 35,000 coins or 2,600 Robux to buy in the shop. What makes this guy good is the FPS mode ability, which lets you control the tower and deals piercing damage, meaning it could catch leaks with its unlimited range at FPS mode and literally dealing an overall 695 damage per second. However, this tower has the most really expensive upgrades, which cost you about 228,500 total cost for one single Gatling gun. After that, we have the Engineer Tower, which cost a whopping 4,500 gems or 2,250 Robux to buy in the shop. What makes this tower good is that this tower can be used from early game until the late game, with its whopping 402 TPS from all 4 War Machine sentries and the Engineer itself. With all 6 engineers, it can deal 2,412 DPS, which is a lot, but I guess it's balanced with the total amount of grind that you need. This tower has all detections from level 2, making it usable for balloons killing in wave 12 and leads at wave 14 of hardcore. The next tower is the Pursuit, which is really good with its new Patrol ability. Now what this ability do is that it repositions the range of the Pursuit from one place to another without moving the helipad that you placed earlier. So you can place it in any useless spots near your support towers around the map, while dealing 295 DPS on the top path and catch leads easily. After the pursuit, we have the DJ, which gives range buff with the purple track, discount buff with the green track, and damage buff with the red track. Now what makes it good is that you can run him a green track throughout the game until the last wave to get the discounts for your towers and getting extra money from the drop the beat ability. This means every 30 seconds you can get 600 cash at level 3, 1250 cash at level 4, and 2250 cash at level 5. At the last wave, since most of your towers should be full maxed, you can use the red track for extra damage or purple track for knockback, but remember that it doesn't knock back bosses, but I would prefer the red track at the last wave. The next tower is the Golden Cowboy, which is a better version of the farm, since it gives more money than the farm and deals enough damage for early game defense. Meaning you can just spam level 0 Golden Cowboys and save 1 to level 3 for hidden detection in the early game. And after all 12 cowboys are placed, make them all level 2 and just start placing your TDS and supports for mid until late game defense. It's very easy to use and it can save one extra tower slot compared to using a farm and an early defender. The last top 10 tower is the Electroshocker. Now this tower is so good for crowd controls and slows, especially the hardcore and events. It is really simple to use and deals quite a lot of damage in the same time. The TDS stands at around 39 TPS at level max, and it may not seem much, but the slowness and damage it deals to 8 other enemies at once is a lot. You can just start things off with either one level 4 Electro or multiple level 2 Electros, and making them level 4 one by one, and this can easily help your early to mid game defenses clear. Now for the runner-ups, we have the Accelerator, which is actually really good since it is really easy to use and not as complex as the other towers such as Brawler, but its DPS is not quite good compared to it. Next up is the Crook Boss and the Golden Crook Boss. Both are really good for early to mid game defending. And finally, we have the Trapper, which is really good at catching leaks for the early to mid game.